Taiwan launches plan to extend aging homes' lifespan. Taiwan boosts flu vaccine supply amid surge. 2025 Taiwan Lantern Festival shines in Taoyuan. Argentina says it will withdraw from WHO. Philippine Vice President impeached. USPS temporarily suspends some packages from China-Hong Kong. Scottish government denies plans to ban cats. iPhones with TikTok installed listed for thousands of dollars on eBay.
Hello, I'm Johnny. Thank you for joining us on Funday News. It's Friday, February 7th, and here are your top stories. And for today's Taiwan news, over 5 million homes in Taiwan are over 30 years old, making up more than half of all housing. To extend their lifespan, the government plans safety assessments and subsidies for repairs, including pipeline upgrades, facade renovations, waterproofing, and accessibility improvements. Taiwan's flu outbreak worsens as actress Barbie Shi dies from flu-related pneumonia, sparking a rush for vaccines. The government will buy 100,000 more free doses for high-risk groups, while urging the public to get paid vaccines, which remain widely available. The 2025 Taiwan Lantern Festival will be held in Taoyuan from February 12th to 23rd, featuring over 300 displays. A highlight is the A19 zone at Rakuten Taoyuan Stadium, showcasing a giant baseball with ocean-themed elements and interactive exhibits. Visitors are urged to follow venue guidelines. And in global news, Argentina's president has ordered the country's withdrawal from the WHO due to profound differences with the UN agency. President Javier Milei's decision echoes that of the ally, U.S. President Donald Trump, who began the process of pulling the United States out of the WHO with an executive order on his first day back in office on January 20th. The loss of another member country will further fracture global health cooperation, though Argentina was expected to contribute only about $8 million to the WHO's estimated $6.9 billion budget for 2024 to 2025.
Spokesperson Manuel Adorni said at a news conference in Buenos Aires that Argentina's decision is based on profound differences in health management, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. He stated that WHO guidelines at the time led to the largest shutdown in the history of mankind. He added that Argentina will not allow an international organization to intervene in its sovereignty, much less in our health. The WHO has no authority to compel countries to take specific health actions, and its guidelines and recommendations, including during health crises like COVID-19, are often disregarded. The WHO said it was reviewing Argentina's announcement.
Philippine Vice President Sara Duterte was impeached Wednesday on a range of accusations, including plotting to assassinate the president, large-scale corruption, and failing to strongly denounce China's aggressive actions against Filipino forces in the disputed South China Sea. The move by legislators in the House of Representatives, many of them allies of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., deepens a bitter political rift between the two highest leaders of one of Asia's most rambunctious democracies.
Marcos has strengthened defense ties with his country's treaty ally, the United States, while the vice president's father, former President Rodrigo Duterte, nurtured close relations with China and Russia during his stormy term, which ended in 2022. Sara Duterte did not immediately comment on her impeachment, but her brother, Representative Paulo Duterte, called it a clear act of political persecution. He said rival lawmakers maneuvered to quickly collect signatures and push a baseless impeachment case to the Senate. Duterte has repeatedly accused Marcos, his wife, and his cousin, House Speaker Martin Romualdez, of corruption, weak leadership, and attempting to silence her due to speculation that she may seek the presidency in 2028 after Marcos's 6-year term ends.
The U.S. Postal Service said Tuesday that it is temporarily suspending all inbound packages from China and Hong Kong posts. The change is effective immediately and will remain in place until further notice. Letters and large envelopes, referred to as flats, sent from China and Hong Kong will not be impacted. The announcement comes after President Donald Trump signed executive orders imposing tariffs on China, Mexico, and Canada. Trump agreed to delay imposing 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico for 30 days, but the additional 10% tax on goods from China remains.
A provision in the orders eliminates a popular trade loophole known as de minimis, which allows exporters to ship packages worth less than $800 into the U.S. duty-free. The de minimis provision has been a critical tool for Chinese e-commerce firms, including Shein and PDD Holdings Temu, as they expand their presence in the U.S. by offering rock-bottom prices on everything from clothes and furniture to electronics and home decor. A 2023 report from the U.S. House's Select Committee on the Chinese Communist Party found that Temu and Shein are likely responsible for more than 30% of all packages shipped to the U.S. under the provision and likely nearly half of all de minimis shipments originating from China.
The Scottish government wants everyone to know that it is not planning to ban cats. First Minister John Swinney was forced to issue the statement after a report by independent experts branded felines a threat to Scotland's wildlife and suggested that containment measures be considered to reduce the damage. Reports said cats kill at least 700 million birds and other animals each year in the UK. It advised the government to consider a range of measures, including keeping domestic cats indoors or on leashes to protect endangered species such as Scottish wildcats.
The report said cat containment measures could also include restrictions on introducing cats to households in vulnerable areas, interpreted by some as effectively a ban. The Scottish government said it would fully consider the recommendations. In a nation of animal lovers, the suggestions spawned alarming headlines. The Scottish Daily Express branded the idea a madcap scheme. Swinney spoke to journalists to defend the administration's pro-feline credentials. Cats Protection, the UK's biggest cat charity, dismissed the idea of draconian containment measures, saying, pragmatic solutions like keeping cats indoors at dawn and dusk can balance the needs of domestic cats and wild animals.
Following a TikTok ban in the US, phones and iPads with the TikTok app pre-installed are up for sale, and it seems some people are buying them. Experts say it's a security disaster waiting to happen. It may not seem like it, but TikTok is indeed banned in the United States. A law that bars the app went into effect on January 19th, causing it to briefly go dark in the U.S. before President Donald Trump issued an executive order granting TikTok a 75-day extension. But Trump's order doesn't actually overturn the ban. Instead, it instructs the U.S. Attorney General not to enforce the law for now.
And that has meant that some key organizations are still cautious, including app stores that allow users to download it. The Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary-Controlled Applications Act makes it illegal for app stores and internet hosting services to enable the distribution, maintenance, or updates of TikTok. So far, Apple and Google are complying. You can still use TikTok if you already have it downloaded, but this has led some people to see an opportunity. People on online marketplaces such as eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Etsy, and elsewhere are listing used phones with the TikTok app pre-installed, often for astronomical prices. In some cases, they ask for sums more in line with what you'd pay for a new car. You can pick one up if you've got the money, but how much digital security you're willing to risk?
The answer for yesterday was A, coincide. The two events coincide on the same day, making it a busy schedule for everyone. Did you answer correctly? Now let's delve into today's news. Philippine Vice President impeached. Number 1, impeach, 弹劾. The parliament voted to impeach the president over corruption allegations. Number 2, assassinate, 暗杀. The leader was assassinated by an unknown gunman during a public speech. Number 3, rift, 裂痕分歧. The disagreement over policy created a deep rift between the two leaders. Next, we have a multiple choice question for everyone to practice. Which answer would you choose? You can write your answer in the comments section, and the correct answer will be announced tomorrow. And that's all for today's Funday News. Be sure to tune in to Funday News from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join Funday for free. I'm Johnny Wu, and I will see you next time.